All right, so in this one, we are going to be reacting to Legends Fest 2023 Part 1 Characters Tier List. Obviously, from Goresh. I do these reactions from his list, from other players that are more notably very good. And I want to see what they're gauging their units and what they feel is the right way to gauge them. So without further ado, let's just get into it. Again, it's just my opinion. This is his opinion. This is just my opinion on his opinion. No one's right, no one's wrong. It's just, well, it's all based off your experiences. So don't come at him, don't come at me, and we'll be all good. Let's see what happens.
Hey guys, so today we're going to be doing a tier list. Now, normally what I do for these kinds of videos is I like to do a top 10 rankings per month, and then, you know, sort of as the meta progresses, the list evolves and units fall off the list, new units get added to the list. And that's sort of how I've handled this pretty much for the past 2 years or so. We are at a point right now where I actually think the meta is so diverse with different team compositions, different characters. That
Androids, solid. Regen, solid. These two both get fucked up by the meta. That's better teams, but they're solid enough. Reps, very good. Fusion's pretty good. Movies, probably the best. Dragon Ball, I guess you could cope it. Ginyu Force, you want to cope, you could cope it, but alright, yeah. I'd agree with that. Well, there's a couple teams you could run.
I don't feel it's as valuable to make a video that is just specifically focused on the top 10 characters in the game, and I think it makes more sense to take a look at all the relevant characters that exist right now, and then ranking them on a tier list. Not necessarily who's better than who, but which characters are more so shaping the meta of the game right now. So what we're going to be doing here is,
I guess, yeah,
I found
sure.
this
It's
tier
just
list
easier
here.
to
I
do.
don't know who made this, but I was searching on Tier Maker. It's basically, it says Legends, all relevant characters. Now, I didn't look through the list here to make sure that every character that's relevant is included on this, but I sort of just briefly eyeballed the list down here and saw that character, most of the characters at least, that I would consider to be relevant are on here. So we will use this as a baseline template, and I've created the tiers here. So for each tier, this is what we have. We have meta defining, which means these characters are the best of the best, the absolute best characters in the game. They are the entire metagame is shaped around these characters.
Okay.
Top of meta,
Let me skip through.
meta defining, and then I put magenta here. Like, don't take this as me saying I think Piccolo is better than magenta. You know, I'll try to be loose with it. I would say that read this as saying I'm loosely saying that Piccolo is better than magenta, but it's not definitive. There's no like hard.
All right, let's skip forward.
Thing where like you're. So the first character we have is this free-to-play Piccolo.
Okay, where is he ranking?
This is probably going to be the only free-to-play character we even discuss in this video here. I mean, for the first character on the list, where do I want to put this free-to-play Piccolo? I think I'd probably put him in like... So let's just... we have not had enough time to use this guy yet to really say like, oh, is he in here? Is he in here? He's what the term is. He's probably going to be a scarce character that you see in the meta that actually can be pretty good in the meta. So I'm going to put him in meta scarce. Gohan, I don't think deserves to be.
Let
on the
me go a
list.
little bit forward because this is very, some of these characters, I'm looking at who's coming up next. Cape, Red Janemba, Master Roshi. Most of them are irrelevant, so let's just skip forward, as most of these are irrelevant and truly they mean nothing to the meta. So I don't even know if they would be mentioned. If they probably shouldn't even be mentioned, honestly. Actually, no. Cape Gohan. I would think like you could, like, if you could bullshit Piccolo in this, you could bullshit Cape Gohan, right?
I think Janemba can be relevant.
Oh.
I don't think he's anything like, oh my god.
All right, well, all right, let's just skip forward then. Let's see where we're at. Let's go back a little. Sure. All right, we're at Beast.
This guy,
okay.
I wouldn't even put him on the list.
Yeah,
Future
cool.
Gohan, I probably wouldn't put him on the list either. I want to put him in relevance.
I agree.
It doesn't really matter too much. I guess we can just do this. Beast, gonna go in meta defining. One of the more ridiculous characters that exists right now. I don't really see a big argument for him to.
Is that Pycon Gogeta? Top of meta. I don't like. They're gonna be used a lot. I guess that's not the debate, but like, are they doing enough on their team to be top of meta? like, wouldn't you say they're more, I mean, meta core? Exactly. Yeah, they'd be more meta core because what they're doing is just kind of existing, meandering around. Pycon being annoying green cards, Piccolo being his own self, just kind of waiting to die in reality. I mean, he's just waiting to get Rush Piccolo, right? He doesn't really do anything in pre-revival state. I feel like those would be more meta core. I know I'm nitpicking, but like, there's not much here that's just like a definitive placement, I guess you could say. This is kind of just like this, that, but it's like nothing. Like he said, like it don't take it as like this is so far ahead than the other character. They're in the same slot, so it's like I would feel Jiren is very close. Like if I were to like rank a character thing, Jiren, Pycon, Gogeta, and Piccolo would all be in the same area because it's not like they're all doing the same thing, right? Jiren hits harder than Pycon, Gogeta, and Piccolo once a rush does happen actually, and Jiren probably tanks better than both of them as well. And Jiren actually is gonna help more in damage than these two would even prior to rush because pre-revival states aren't gonna do shit. So I actually think there's a little bit of a maybe upplay of movies and downplay of reps, I think. Because it's 7... Wait, that's Magenta. I thought it was LS17. I'm blind. But let's say LS17's in Metacore as well. We'll see. I feel like Jiren should get a little bit more respect on that, though.
In the meta-defining tier, this is a character that has essentially shaped the game. And when you're building your teams, when you are queuing up into PvP, a lot of the time you're building your team and your strategies around fighting against this character. So that to me is a meta-defining character.
Yeah.
This Gohan, I mean, do we even want to put him on the list? He's okay. We could just put him in relevant for now. Blue Gogeta.
Nerd. Alright. No. UGB. I see a lot of glazing of him.
He's definitely either going to be top of meta or meta core.
Wait, why? Wait, what?
For now, let's do this for now. We'll move him around later.
I don't understand.
This Gohan.
See this? This is why I kind of like. I always get a little confused with the vague list, where it's like, okay, here's these different categories, and it's like, let's just plop them somewhere, because it's like it's vagueness, right? You don't have to explain it because it's like right there, the text for you, but it's like. Explanation would be great. That's why I like top 10 lists more, because you actually can go into detail why you're saying this, that, and the other. And it's more like defined in your reasoning. There actually is like backup or, I guess, incorrect backup, and then you change the list and then you fix it because it seems more wrong than right, even though it's opinion. It just feels more wrong than right, or vice versa. Here, it's UGB is a bird? Bro, why is there a bird there? UGB is meta core, but like, again, the vagueness, man, it gets me. Because it's like Jiren is in the same category as UGB and Kid Buu. I'm not fighting a UGB. So would that be meta core? I wouldn't say so. Like, Pycon and Gogeta, I can get it. I can get it because they're with the best unit, right? I got it. Like, it makes sense to me. But UGB, you're not facing UGB, I would say. I'd probably say I'd face Jiren more than UGB. I wouldn't say Kid Buu, but I would say Jiren, yeah. So I would think UGB is kind of scarce. I mean, in my play, I don't know. Again, the vagueness of this, it kind of just gets me. It's like there's no explanation. It's like, all right, blop, let's get it. Next unit. But like, what does it mean really?
Trunks.
VT, oh boy.
Scarce, I guess. They can be okay, but you're not going to see them often, but I guess they can be okay, sure, whatever. Revival UI, he's definitely also going to be in, at this point, I think, meta scarce.
I agree.
But he's going to be towards the front of meta scarce.
I mean, Piccolo's in meta scarce, yeah, I don't really know.
Now.
I'm kind of
easy.
I don't know what to think about it.
Because
like Piccolo, who the hell is actually going to run this Piccolo? Nobody.
Counters,
just how it is.
Literally counters the concept of.
No one has been running it.
Doesn't make any sense. He's meta defining.
It's been a couple of days as well.
Dragon Fist, we'll put him in meta scarce as well. I think with his unique equipment, he's definitely at least worth mentioning, but I don't think he's going to even make the cut to meta core. He's just not good enough.
I mean, sucks. He shouldn't even be in that.
I guess. This Gogeta, we could also put him in relevant. I guess I'll just put him like next to the other Zen, the pretty good Zen.
Do you at least see what I mean by the vagueness of this? There's nothing to really even say about it. It's just like, oh, that placement, gosh darn. There's like no bullet points to go through. Let's just skip forward a little bit, bro.
There's such a big difference between regions for this character.
Oh, look at the
blue
duo.
This guy in meta scare. I'm gonna put this character like here.
Ohm? People use Omen?
I mean, he literally fits
Purple
the exact
Omen?
definition of the tier. He is scarce in the meta for me.
He is scarce in meta. That is correct.
Purple Cell. I think Purple Cell actually
correct.
has fallen off a little bit since
scarce,
Legends Fest started, but
fair.
I think he's probably still worthy of being put in the top of meta.
Oh, look at
Put Cell
LS17 up
meta.
there.
Again, I don't
That's
know,
nice.
somewhere in here. Just put him here, sure, whatever. Casserole, that's not going to be on here. Vegito Blue is definitely going to be top of meta. We'll put him like here. I don't somewhere in the top of meta here. I don't even. Red UI Goku. Sure,
I was looking through the list.
Whatever.
Is that Rose?
23rd World Tournament Goku. It's actually a pretty similar situation to like. Where's Ma Junior? Here he is.
Wait, so is he just not rating Cape Gohan? He thinks Cape Gohan's trash, I guess? Cape Gohan, really? It's interesting. Alright, I don't know. I mean, literally Beast Gohan's best partner in hybrid.
What a situation to the Guinea.
How else do you deal with Janemba? Cape Gohan right there to stall out, right?
That's
what I've been doing.
Encountering this Goku, and when are you encountering?
But he's
Piccolo?
trash. Cape Gohan is worse than Puddle, Nerds, Zamasu, and MUI. Really? Is he really? That's gonna be the one I'm stuck on, huh? Is he really that shit? Like all these others I kind of get where they're not mentioned, you know. X20, Fat Boo, the Free Gohan. But Cape? I don't even think it has to be in something like meta scarce. Just like relevant or whatever the last one is. Yeah, relevant. Really? He's really good with Beast, isn't he? In my experience, he's been very good with Beast. Because you let him take hits against Janemba. Janemba's decently common. And then you just kind of work through that. Even against LS17, which movies and reps, Cape Gohan is more or less the best tank on the team for situations. Because Janemba and Beast Gohan, okay, Go tanks can't really tank all that, right? Exactly. And then you have Cape, who can tank Jiren, because he goes defense neutral. Or rather, is it full neutral? Whatever it is. He goes neutral on cover change. So you have LS17, Janemba, and Jiren. All three of these on movies and reps. And Cape Gohan can tank them all in an early to middle game sequence. Which helps Beast Gohan, because that's 30% damage inflicted per card Cape Gohan is tanking. That Beast is getting. That sounds perfect to me as like a duo of all time. And he's not even relevant? Really? I run into him quite a bit too. Really? All right, that's interesting to me.
The same bucket for me. So I'm gonna put them.
Man,
I'm gonna put both of them in meta scarce. So here's the thing with these characters for Goku. Goku on a Dragon Ball team individually on that team can very easily look better than a lot of the characters in Metacore, I think. Ridiculously tanky, he's healing, he has endurance.
He's solid on Dragon Ball.
Yeah, subcount manipulation.
He would just be in the same tier for me.
Hard.
Just move up a little bit. So like,
I mean, he's got a lot going for him, but
I don't know.
He's just
above fucking.
I think I've fought
Ginyu
him like
Force
twice
characters
or something since he came out. Like nobody is using this character because nobody's running the Dragon Ball team because of how badly they handle the Dragon Ball campaign.
Didn't know it's far.
So I can't really put him in
high
anything above meta scarce. So I'm gonna put him in meta scarce. I think I'll put them.
I don't know.
The end here.
What's full power Frieza doing?
I'm gonna move Frieza.
This guy's pretty fucking worthless.
Again,
oh, there you go.
Really
okay, he moved.
much. I think
because bro is ass. And Dragonus is ass. But like full power Frieza, bro doesn't do jack shit. So it's like it's a mid off over there.
I don't know. Again, it's not really that strict in each of the individual tiers themselves, so we'll leave it like this.
It's literally interchangeable in my opinion.
This guy, I don't know, somewhere in here.
Evo makes it, but not Cape.
I don't know. Like, that's fine. Whatever.
That's crazy.
EX Metal Cooler. I actually think EX Metal Cooler is pretty impressive, but he's an EX. And
don't even know him.
I don't think I've ever fought this character before. I'm gonna put it in relevant, but he's gonna be like here because nobody has stars for him, and
I mean, I can't have an opinion on that. Don't have him.
I've never fought him.
All right, sure. Why not?
But I think
Wow.
like his kit.
I can't believe the Cape Gohan downplay.
I think it's just unfortunate that this guy came out and then we immediately got
That's wild.
back.
Blue Beast. Oh boy.
I mean, I've definitely seen a lot more Blue Beasts since Legends Fest started because of Red Beast.
Red Beast.
Hybrids is more more relevant now with Red Beast.
Cape.
Am I gonna put him in meta core? Yeah, I actually think I will. I think Blue Beast, even over a year after his release.
So what? Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, because maybe I'm wrong. Wouldn't meta core imply you're gonna run to these units a lot because they're meta and they're core? Core meaning the trio you're usually gonna run into. I don't think, in my eyes, Ginyu, Beast, Magenta, Kid Buu fills those roles. You could cope UGB. Let's cope it because people just love their fusions. They're gonna run their fusions. Who gives a fuck? Jiren, new Zenkai, they're gonna run him, and Unigraps really wants that purple because he's so fucking good on his own individual basis and frost protection. But these others, you ain't running into any of them. Like, they are all scarce. There's maybe 3 units here in this core one that are actually like used pretty consistently. I don't think Beast is one of them. Magenta, Ginyu, Rose. If you want to cope it, like Rose and Kid Buu are kind of like both. Like I've run into a lot more Roses than Kid Buu at least, but like both of them you're not really running into. I would say every single thing besides UGB and Jiren, because again I'm just coping UGB at this rate because I really don't know like how many people are running him. I don't see him that much, but he's like okay amount. Jiren I definitely see more. Everything below those two though, I guess to the side of them, should all be scarce because I'm not running into any of them. I haven't seen anyone even like mention all of these characters that's like, yeah, they're coming back, they're being annoying as fuck, and they're a fucking pest, boom, boom, bop. I haven't seen shit about that for Ginyu for one. Like, I get it, he's good, but like, good doesn't mean meta because your team has to be good with that, and his team isn't, great. His team's kind of lacking. Jason Bird kind of lacking. That's why they're below. So just because you're individually good doesn't mean you're up here. And I think some of these units in this meta core are individually good, for sure, but their teams don't give them a third. Like Future, Rose. Rose does not have a third on his team. Rose's quite literally the worst third, to be real with you, because he's just so slow. So it's like, dwindle down. Blue Beast, I mean, you can just run double support. Whether it be Pan, Puddle, or Cape and Go tanks, you're not really running Blue Beast. I'd say he's pretty scarce. Magenta, you're still running into more or less full androids. I guess you could kind of argue you're going to run into Magenta a little bit more, but I haven't seen that change personally. So, yeah, I think these meta core should all drop down besides the first two. Like, I don't run into any of these characters personally.
I'm going to put him in meta core.
Besides those two. Sometimes. YouTube.
Yeah, I think he's...
Again, mostly Jiren.
Red Cell. I have not
Let me skip forward here.
Thought about this unit. Restoration with his main, he's transforming. You're just going to be giving... Yeah, I'm not going to talk about you.
4s?
Well, I mean, I think we could at least put her in, like, relevant.
Oh,
let's just put her
Highway.
right here. Nah, she can
Really?
be higher than that. Kawaii is not bad.
Yeah, but
I don't know. What, you never see her. We'll put her
Exactly.
right here, I guess. I don't know.
the thing is, you never see Ginyu, but he's up there. That's kind of my point. That's, again, these lists are they're very finicky to me, because it's like, it'll be your opinion that this unit's very good, and then then there's a list that's like about something kind of around that basis, but then it'll give like different situation, because this is about meta, right? Like, who are you running into? Who's the best of those, units that you're running into? Beast Shinemba makes sense. LS17, UVB, LSL, Pycon, Gogeta, Orange Piccolo, all make sense. Then you dwindle down to like, kinda, barely, and then it kind of like copes into like a more kinda, barely, as you keep continuing, and it becomes very hazy. Again, how can I, think that, thank you for honking outside, Red Cell is going to be in the same, like, echelon of usage as, you know, VT or Full Power Frieza. You know what I mean? Like, that just doesn't... Honestly, right now, I feel like I see Puddle quite a bit more than any of these characters in Meta Scares because people are running that 1v3 setup, but it just feels very, I don't even know if the word is inconsistent. It just feels very unexpressed, like, what's meant to be, like, pushed up here. Like, what's meant to be the premise of what's going on here. Like, I can't really know what he's, like, valuing as, like, a very good unit, because if I see Beast Blue and UGB in the same tier, am I supposed to think that, like, I'm running into these characters very often? I wouldn't say that's accurate. So it just gives, like, more an unfinished opinion, I guess, is the wording, because I couldn't really tell you anything besides the top two, sections of this list here, what's going on below them, because most of those characters, they're scarce to dead. You're not running into any of them. Some occasionally, and that's the scarce category, but this third category, it's very, like, washed in with the one below it, and then it's like, how do you fix that? I don't know.
Tag 4s.
Well, you fix that by making more concise.
It'd be a little
list,
better
like
if
a top
GT
10.
got some help. Tag 4s. They're probably going to be somewhere in here.
Really?
Put them like here.
People use a tag force?
Nah, they're going to be below purple UI, I would say. Let's do that, I guess. I don't know.
People use a tag force?
What? Are they going to be here?
I don't think anybody uses
maybe
them.
Maybe they're lower.
Nobody uses Dragon Fist. I haven't seen Dragon Fist in literal months.
It's just they have nowhere to be ran.
Quite actually. So Dragon Fist would be
maybe like
not barely on the list to me being
like
irrelevant.
Relevant. Probably.
But I've seen VT more than Dragon
Cell?
Fist. Full Power Frieza more than Dragon
This
Fist.
is where it gets so hard to compare, like, in the tiers here. Like, I don't
That's
care.
what I mean.
Like, you want to move this guy here? Sure. Like, I don't care. This is fine.
The vagueness is what I mean, though.
Android
Usually these are more
8's
concise. It's like there's
like
a point
super unfortunate
to, like,
character.
follow through.
He's a strike-based android that doesn't fit on the team.
Let me skip
What's
forward.
the thing?
Let me pause here and see what's going on. All right, Evo Kaioken. I would say they're meta-defining easily. I wouldn't even say it's a debate. They should be in the top tier. LS17, Goku Frieza. Yeah, I mean, Goku Frieza, LS17's fine. Again, this Metacore thing, I just think the naming of it's pretty ass at this rate, because Metacore, and then you're saying Name It Goku is more Metacore than AGF. I haven't seen a Name It Goku in my life for the last, besides my own usage, months. At minimum, a month, maximum 3 months. I haven't seen Name It Goku. Bro is dead in water. So, like, again, the naming of these categories is pretty ass, I would say, is more than anything, because you are not saying Name It Goku is more Metacore than AGF, right? That doesn't make sense, especially because Name It Goku got hurt by Evo Kaioken. And I might be stressing the points of, like, the tier names, because there's no real details going into, like, the placements. Like, we've been watching, right? The details aren't, like, anything exuberant. It's like, okay, World Tournament Goku had some details, Piccolo had some details, but, Beast Gohan was just put up there, not really talked about. It's kind of how it's been going, so I have to go off what I know, and there's not much details being known, so AGF I would definitely have in top of meta over Namek Goku, at least. Jeez, or Namek Goku goes down a lot, because I definitely see Jiren more Namek Goku. This whole Metacore area needs to, like, just be renamed, because it's just an inaccurate naming of, like, what's actually in that area. Meta Scares, Sword of Hope. That's okay. I would say you see him a decent amount, nothing crazy. Probably more than you probably see Sword of Hope actually a decent amount more than you see the Metacore units here, like halfway through the list. But it's close enough. Still can't believe Red Cell's there. All right, Blue Bulma irrelevant. Damn, Cape Gohan disrespect is crazy. Interesting. All right, let me just keep skimming through, because
Really much to
it
say
just
about
feels
the
like this is just the better way to look at it. Because there's really, again, not much explanation going on here. Gamma 1 and 2. Below Goku Frieza. Yeah. Yeah, I had it like that too. It's interesting though. Path to Power, Meta Core. Oh wait, move Namek Goku down. Alright, wait. Yeah, he did. Well, he's still in the same tier. I don't think he should be Meta Core. Same with Path to Power. Yeah, everything... Path to Power, or rather Namek Goku, all the way to the right, should all be meta scarce. Like the top of it. Don't get me wrong, because they're very good units that are meta scarce, but they're not core. That's the thing. That's the wording of it, right? What did I miss here? What else? EX Krillin and Gohan. I mean, I guess they're scarce and they're alright. Yeah, sure, why not? Blue Shallot, I guess he's scarce and alright. Sure, why not? I can't believe Dragonfish is above the Blue Duo. Really? I guess the Blue Duo don't have a real team, but Dragonfish is like replaced literally 4 times. Magenta could replace Dragonfish, so it's Pikkon Gogeta, Orange Piccolo, Magenta, and then Dragonfish. It's 4 times over he's replaced. So it's like, you know, I would definitely have some other characters above Dragonfish if he's 4 times replaced, right? You just look at Slot Blue Duo and a Blast-based team, and they're perfectly fine. Same thing with VT, which VT actually got improved because Evo Kaioken kind of works a little bit, but whatever. DBS Trunks. Okay. God Topo. I mean, he's helpful-ish. Kind of, sort of, not really.
Loosely placed.
Oh, Gotenks is in here, huh? Like, just not on the list at all? Because I don't see him in the bottom category.
The tiers. But I think, you know, there's like some truth to the placements in here. Like, I guess I'd like do this or something. I don't know. Like that.
Oh, Gammas are high as hell for him.
The Gamma's there.
Oh, really?
I don't know, man.
We've got a red unit.
It's tough to really say because there's actually so many different factors to think about when you're talking about individual characters right now that, again, not only does it not make sense to rank individual characters right now, I think I don't even think you can. There's
I would say you can pretty easily. We got a red unit in Beast, so the yellow has to go down, because as I've said 6 trillion times, and I'll keep repeating myself until people actually get it, because I genuinely don't think people understand this. But LS17 can't tank a red unit. You can't tank Hit, you can't tank Beast, you can't tank UVB. If he gets like, okay, he's already in, and then Beast has a blue card, he cancels his buffs, no shit, that works. But normal strikes, normal blasts, normal everything, that's the generalized PvP, LS17 can't tank shit. And what that matters to Gammas is they have no protection, so they just die, because LS17 can't tank it. How the fuck is the yellow unit gonna tank it, right? So individually, Beast just owns androids because they can't fucking tank them, and then from there, you have UVB still in existence, who actually is being a lot more used because of fusions, that really safety team they have with a revival unit, and then you have whatever you want to have as a third, whether it be UGB or Go Tanks as more, survivability or more damage. Again, up to your fucking discretion, but I think ranking individual units is pretty easy right now, actually. Again, you say Janemba, he doesn't gain or lose value because, Beast is right there, so he beats his ass, and then you have Evo Kaioken, who beats his ass, so it's like Janemba's in this standstill kind of like stuck spot. He can't be 1 because Evo Kaioken exists. He can't be not 2 because he has to be Beast, who is 1, because no one's beating Beast, because no blue besides Janemba exists to beat Beast, and then we have 3 to 4 greens that are very good in Pikkon Gogeta, Orange Piccolo, Evo Kaioken, I guess not Cape Gohan, but other greens that are existent and decent enough to tank Janemba for Beast, so he's safe everywhere. You have to put Janemba number 2. You literally have to put him minimum top 2, because the unit he's better than or rather good against, is above him. Then the unit he's hurt against is below him. He can't be anywhere else. He literally cannot move. And everything else. Androids, I kind of get that they get a lot more, well, not androids, I guess, LS17 rather. Gets a little bit of help because Unireps gets him, forced back there. His literally best home now is Unireps, not androids, just because androids does not have protection as well as Unireps could in the durability department, even though no real team is durable, but that team is more durable than androids, I would say, especially because Beast does exist, UVB does exist. So Gammas, I would say, lower down. But yeah.
Way too many things to consider to where it's like, yes, I think Gamma 1 and 2 are number 5 in the game. here's why, and then you go through like a list of like 50 paragraphs of why. Like it doesn't really make sense to me to do it like that right now.
Cameras go down because red unit came out and no blue unit exists that can tank the red units. That's one sentence. I mean, really, that's what I'd say. That's what I am saying. Gamma yellow down because red drop, no tanky blue exists. I feel like that's sound, right?
There are times where I think it does make sense to do that, but I don't think now is the time. And I think it's actually good for the game that now is not the time for that, because this is one of the better metas we've ever seen in terms of the diversity, the sheer diversity of characters and teams that we have access to using right now. That
I kind of agree with that.
It's not
fully, but I agree enough.
It's not a static environment. It's a very dynamic environment that I would hope
it's all right, meta.
Hope that they are that they have been building up to this throughout the course of the year. I would hope that this is not something that just happens sporadically without them really building up to this. I would hope that they were planning on this for a long time, since the beginning of the year, because this is honestly, again, one of the most diverse metas we've ever seen. And I'm hopeful that the Part 2 banner, whatever it ends up being, and the Part 3 banner, even though we're probably going to get some broken ultra again, hopefully that does not ruin the current meta that exists and how diverse.
Oh, the Part 3 ultra probably ruins everything.
Let me know down below what you guys think of the...
If it is like some, I was gonna say some fusion. No, not even some fusion, because fusion would get better, but like they kind of need a new unit. That's a really good damage dealer. UGB is just slow. Pycon Gogeta don't do too much damage. Go Tanks is literally a tank. They have one damage dealer for like mid to early game until Pycon Gogeta revive to Gogeta, and Gogeta is really not that great of damage either compared to UVB. So once they get that, what if it is UG4? I mean, fusions probably won't ruin everything, but they definitely will be the top dogs pretty easily once that happens. But again, that's not for another part, right? Literally after the next part that begins next week. Again, these generalized ones I find very again, just more they're very generalized. That's it. There's no concise, like, okay, here's why this, like, I like when there's detail, like, you could break down this, that, and this. And then you could go through those bullet points and try to, like, either, take them down or agree with them. That's what sharing your opinion is. You either get agreed with or people debate you. Then you take it down, then you kind of, like, go through why that's wrong or that's right or yada, 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 based off, like, how the actual game is. And here, there's not much I can go through and be like, yep, that's wrong, that's right, because it's like maybe the placements, but then again, he even said these placements are pretty vague. This isn't meant to be a top 10, so it's like I go off the named placements because it's like, how else could I rate this and like look at this and be like, all right, this makes sense, this doesn't make sense, and it's like I just feel like the wording in that meta core one is just terrible wording. I mean, a better worded name for that would be I couldn't even. Pretty good. Like, just rate it like broken, very good, pretty good, all right, usable. I feel like that would be more accurate here, because this doesn't feel like a meta core thing. Kid Buu is not meta. Not running into him. Pass Power is not meta. Genyu's not meta. Rosé's not meta. Beast is meta. Blue Beast. Magenta's not meta. You know what I mean? Like, those aren't meta core units. They're just not used in the meta right now. Scarce usage, or scarce, yeah, right? Meta scarce, rather. Like, again, you got Red Cell here, Dragon Fist. These units are usable. I would kind of bullshit myself to say that, but like some of them are usable, so they would go in the usable category. Or like, you would have Sword of Hope in the good, Buu Duo in the good, and then you'd have I don't even know, a full power Frieza in the usable category, because like, while maybe the team gaps exist, it's still like, it feels like a more genuine comparison. I don't know. I just feel like the wording on this makes this very, very hard to understand, like, what his thoughts are. Like, he could explain it, but then it's, again, a more scarce, just kind of, like, going through things. So, I mean, this, at paper value on the first two things, I can basically agree. placements I can argue for the sake of argument, but like I can agree with the baseline things going on the first 2 tiers, which is the more important ones. But everything below that, I just scratch my head in confusion. It's like, how the hell is this character comparably to this character in the same tier? I just think the wording of these tiers is terrible because it just doesn't feel accurate to what's actually being like shown and discussed and all that here. Because you're saying meta core is Namek Goku. I wish I played in your fucking region or meta where you're thinking a situation of, or rather seeing Namek Goku be meta, like consistently, because that's what meta core be, right? Consistently meta. Namek Goku ain't seen the light of day. He's in his fucking box in the cabin over there for the last 2 months. You know, I wish it wasn't the case, but it is the case. Overall, I just think this is a unique way to do it. I don't think this really gives much insight, though, because everyone knows, like, you know, the top, but it's like, what's going on after that, right? It's kind of like, where are you placing the game as even after Beast dropped? Or where are you placing, like, you know, Orange Piccolo after Beast dropped and Janemba dropped, and now it's like, holy shit, this trio is fucking incredible, wow. And you can put Pikkon or Gogeta or Orange Piccolo. Where are you placing them then? But then it's more like a generalized list, so it's like, all right, you know, there's not much detail to it, but I guess you get like a baseline understanding, which, again, I prefer more specific details. That's why I do my own top 10. I think the details of it are nice. But nonetheless, let me know what you guys think of Goresh's Legends Fest 2023 Part 1 characters tier list and my reaction to it. And I'll see you guys in the next one.